Okay, I was teaching a Zoom class with some friends and also some friends of my friends, and we started off reading some Marx, and then we ended up reading Spectres of Marx, so I was taking notes on Databyss for the class and just for my own edification and my own use in the future. So what I like to do is I go through sort of my margin notes and my underlines, and I enter kind of page by page. So I start off by adding, as you see here, the source, and down the line, hopefully within a couple weeks here, this source will be able to be turned into a full citation of your choosing, MLA, Chicago, etc., APA. Um, and the way I just want to show everyone the way that I actually received the information. So I have already, because I've chosen it before, I can just find it in my suggestions. But I also, if it's the first time that I'm looking for it, I can type what I'm looking for. I can choose Open Library, Crossref, or Google Books in order to find the citation of my choice. Here, I'd have to look at the text that I'm using to decide whether it's the 2012 or the 1994 publication. So here I put the 2012, okay? And then, the information comes in here. We have the author. Down the line, it's going to have the ISBN, DOI, publisher, year published, translator, etc. And then I start taking notes. And as you see here, this grayed out area uh, it's a markup of the page number, the location. Right now, it's just a formatting device, but it allows you to see where the page is, and it distinguishes it from the text. This is just my own formatting of something that's on the same page. This up until this point right here, where it says Derrida deconstructs value, I'm just writing in the source with no topics. And now here, there's about 5 pages where Derrida deconstructs use value. So I have that header there. And the reason that I can do that is, let's say that I want to sort of search for use value or search specifically for Derrida deconstructing use value. I can now, if I'm on another page, I can just search right in here, use value, and then I go and I see just those 5 entries linked to Derrida deconstructs use value. And I can read over them. I see what page they're in, which is the page I was just on. The idea being here, let's say that I'm taking notes in another part of Databyss, Derrida's deconstructing use value over there, in a different text. I could also read those notes as well from the other page. Let's say, for example, if I
And
want to now,
those would show up here as well, right underneath this. If they were on another page, it would show up on this on these results, right?
yeah, exactly. If anything under that topic will be linked to multiple instances of that topic from
Why
different.
why don't you demonstrate that real quick?
Yeah, yeah. So let's. Oh, wait. So I'm gonna real quick. I'm just gonna show everyone that if I want to go to the place where I actually wrote this, I can click, and you'll see it scrolls right to the actual text that I was writing about. Now, actually, this is what I want to do. Let's say, because maybe Derrida deconstructs use value is a little bit too specific, but let's say that I put this just as something like on use value. Okay, so now we have the topic here on use value. Okay. So now let's say that I have a new page. Okay. All right. And let's say that this is about Marx Capital. Okay. And let's say that I have on use value, right? I see it right there. And then I say, let's say we're reading Marx Capital. Okay. Let's find it. Okay, capital volume 1, and let's say page 1, use value is different from exchange value. Okay.
Why is it highlighting use all the time?
Oh, so we still have use up here in the search box. So it's a way to search just on the page itself. You can click the X to get rid of that search as well. But yeah, so you can first just search on this page if you're interested in finding use on this page. But now, okay, we have on use value, okay, right here. And now we see the one entry that I just made, and we see all the entries over here on the other page. And we can go to either one of them. So let's just go back to Derrida because I wanted to show this page. So we have on use value here, okay? And at this point right here, this little thing is the end of a topic. Now, the end topic, I just want to show people how you do that. You do a slash like that and hash, slash hash. Now, the point of ending it, let's say that I'm still taking notes in Derrida, but he's no longer talking about use value, so I end the topic. Now, it does happen.
Before you go on, is there a way to do that end topic if you forget the keyboard command?
Yeah, so if you just want to, so if you're on an open line here, you can end the topic right here.
Right.
And you can only end a topic if there's a topic open. So if I can show you right here, right, we've just ended the topic, so you will not be able to end a topic because there's no topic there. You can end the source because we are still in the Derrida source, and we know that from the sticky header up here. Just so everyone knows, I've shown people this before, but if you click in here, you see both the source that you're in, right, and you see the topic that you're in, okay? Now, it just so happens that I started a new topic right after I ended the topic. So it's a little bit redundant because new topics actually end your topic immediately. So technically, I don't need this at all. Because as you'll see, up here I'm in use value, and now I'm immediately, when there's a new topic header like that, in Derrida's Messianic, the possibility of the religious Messianic, which is a very specific topic that I wanted to remember. So now I am in that topic, okay? But now, as you see, this is a great example. I end that topic, and here, though, I'm not in another topic, but I'm still in Specters of Marx, the text that I'm working on. And so let me just show you, these three, though they'll never come up in a topic, if I now go search for Specters of Marx, right here, I will find those three right here, as you see. That's the only place they'll come up because, as you see, they're linked to the source, but they're not linked to any topic. Now, I shouldn't say that's the only place they'll come up. If you just search something specific like seismic events in your notes, you will find the entry that has seismic events. I apparently also wrote this entry in another page, so it's also there as well, okay? And we jump down, okay? Okay, all right, so the next thing that I want to show everyone is something that is not been fully implemented, but it's something that's going to be very powerful, and that's the ability to add inline topics. So that means that you have a topic that's related not to a grouping of entries, but just to the single entry within which you add that topic. So let's just say, for example, that I want to attach this one right here to ghost, okay? So what I do is I put a hash right here, ghost. Immediately it brings out, I have a choice of other topics I might want to link it to. I say, no, I just want it to be the topic ghost. I press return, and there you have it, hashtag ghost. This entry right here will now be linked to ghost, okay? And now let's say at the end here, you know, I could also put an ideology if I wanted as well. Let's put ideology, okay? And so we could add, you know, we could go through and continue to add things along those lines. Let's say for here, spirit to not see the invisible. Let's say I've been writing about the transcendental, okay? And I have a sense that this idea right here about spirit has to do with the transcendental. I could just at the end of the line here, make sure to link it to the transcendental. And then you would be able to search over here for transcendental and it would be linked right there. And you could go through and add all of these. Now the idea is, of course, that let's say, for example, that I see that ghost is something that I actually have for 3 of these here. So let's say instead I want to have ghost as I want to have ghost as a hierarchical topic right here, but I still want ideology just tagged to this entry. So that means that this entry right here will be tagged to ghost, it will be tagged to ideology, and it will be tagged to Derrida's Spectres and Marks. This one right here will be tagged to ghost, Spectres and Marks. It will not be tagged to ideology. And down here, for example, I haven't ended ghost yet, so this would be a tag to ghost and tag to transcendental. Were I to end ghost right there, this would not be tagged to ghost. It would be tagged to transcendental. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, real quick. What if you wanted transcendental on a separate line to make it easier to read, but still connected to that entry? Is that possible?
Yes. So the way that you would do that is you come in here, one return puts it below, but still within the entry, and then yeah, you could technically you could like put all the topics that you wanted. That's
spirit. You could put spirit in there. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you wanted to not like, you could. All right, sorry.
I guess you could just, you could hash the word.
I could hash spirit up there, but yeah, if for whatever reason I just want to show them all down there,
right.
There's no problem with redundancy in this world. Transcendental and spirit, yeah.
Okay. And will you be able to do the same thing with sources?
Yes. Right now we're still working on that, but yeah, the idea would be that you could. Let me actually show you on something that I'm working on over here. Right here, I have a good example. Is Snowden, who's the author, he quotes Frantz Fanon. And so this is a sort of paraphrase of what Frantz Fanon says: a state of emergency is always a state of emergence. And the idea would be that you would be able to put at and black skin, white masks, and so have just this entry, just like I showed you before, transcendental, spirit, ghost, you would have just this entry linked to black skin, white mask. Now, let's say I took a bunch of notes from black skin, white mask. If I go to search for notes linked to black skin, white mask, I will find all the notes that I took under that source, and I will also find this one entry that comes up as well. And this is really helpful because it shows where people have taken Frantz Fanon's black skin, white mask, where they've used certain entries, where they've used certain ideas. And so that shows a kind of, cross-pollination of ideas into different texts, etc. I think it's pretty exciting.